Sunday, February 10, 2013. This is Mercedes Diesel Guy, and this is my 1995 Subaru Legacy L Outback. Right now I'm going to move on to belt replacement. The timing belt was done maybe 20,000 miles ago, so I don't have to touch it or the water pump, but I am getting some belt squeal when the engine is cold, which I believe is coming from the alternator / power steering belt, as well as the air conditioner belt. And I'm pulling on these, and they do seem nice and pliable, and it looks like they could take a little more tension, but just to be on the safe side, I'm actually going to put brand new belts on and just keep these for emergency spares. So the first thing I have to do is get the belt guards off, and I believe that's a 10mm bolt here, here, and on the end, as well as the alternator pivot bolt right here, which I think is 12mm. So I'm going to get the belt guards off right now. Okay, now that I have the belt guards off, I have noticed a problem which is going to prevent me from replacing these belts today. It looks like the alternator tensioner bolt is completely missing. Now normally the tensioner bolt goes here and attaches to a threaded piece right here, and that moves the alternator up and down, but that's completely missing. Somebody's just put a through bolt here through to the alternator, and while this does work, I believe that the problem is that there's simply not enough tension now on this belt. So rather than replace the belt today, I'm actually going to release this bolt, see if I can get some more tension on the alternator belt itself, just by prying it up, maybe with like a pry bar, and see if that'll temporarily solve the issue. And what I'm going to do then in the meantime is try to track down a proper tensioner mechanism, because this will not do. So I'm going to get my tools and see if I can get some more tension on this. Okay, so I have a crowbar in here, no tension on it yet, so I'm going to release the tension here on the belt. And like I said, this is not a tensioner mechanism, it's just a single bolt holding it in place. And because that bolt is really stiff, before I go any further, I'm going to get the bolt completely out, maybe lubricate it with a little bit of anti-seize, and then try to put everything back in and retension it. Next problem I've run into, this bolt here holding the tension is actually bent. Now I was able to get it in and out with some pretty easily with some PB Blaster, but obviously this bolt is already stressed, and so I'm going to see if I can find another bolt in the garage that might be a suitable temporary replacement until I can get a proper tensioner bolt in there. As luck would have it, I found another bolt of the correct size. Now it's not quite as long as the old one, but without the proper tensioner mechanism in there, that shouldn't make much of a difference. And this, like I said, this is only temporary until I can get the proper tensioner bolt. So I'm going to get some anti-seize on this right now and thread it in, and then I'm going to try to tension up the belt a bit. Okay, I have the new temporary bolt threaded in by hand. So now I'm going to just use the leverage of the crowbar here to get tension on the bolt. Sorry, on the belt. And then I'm actually going to tighten the bolt. So it's on now, and the belt is tight, much more so than the AC belt, but I think it was probably the alternator and power steering belt that was causing the noise. So now I just have to put the belt guards back on, and once I actually have the proper tensioning bolt, I am going to do this again and replace the tensioner and put the new belts on. So this is Mercedes Diesel Guy, and this was intended to be a video on how to replace the 2V belts, but it looks like it's just kind of informational on the belt system in general. So thanks for watching.